Carlton, before we jump into a discussion about the AT&T Developer Summit,
Sure.
would you mind sharing with me your thoughts on the size, scope, and purpose of the Developer Services Program?
Be glad to. We actually have one of the oldest and largest developer programs of any carrier probably in the world. We've had a program since 1996, and for many years it was a very small, kind of off the side of some people's desk program serving the very small mobile applications community. But when mobile applications really took off in about 2005, 2006 with the iPhone, we put a lot more emphasis behind the program. And in the last 5 years, we've grown it from about 2,500 developers to, I think, we hit 55,000 right before CES this year. So it's become a very important part of our mobile business and our approach to providing experiences to our customers.
You talked about the size of the external group, 55,000.
That's correct.
How about the internal side of the Developer Services Program? How many employees are part of it, and what's the size and scope of it internally?
So just to show you what we're due here, the Developer Services Group is a program faced externally. It is meant to support external developers. We're a support, education, and evangelism facility for those folks. For folks who want to build third-party experiences on core AT&T functionality. My group does all of that. We have about 20 people, I guess, and I'm proud to say we haven't grown much since we were only serving 2,500 developers. We now serve, 10 times that many, but 20 people internally.
Okay. And what's the planned and kind of current relationship between the Developer Services Group that you're involved with the traditional AT&T, BSS, OSS, IT service organization?
So obviously we are not seeking to replace our IT organization. In fact, our IT organization and our network organization have become more of the same thing as we've evolved into IP networks. And that's a very different part of our business than what we do. Instead, we're very focused on encouraging the external community to build experiences for customers that lever the real strengths of our networks. So what our benefit to our core businesses is making sure that there are more ways to enjoy the fruits of those core businesses. So just as in mobile services, the growing number of applications experiences made our core data services that we provided to customers more valuable, we also see that being very important in the growth of new platforms like Digital Life and Connected Car.
Okay. And in a few minutes, we're going to talk a little bit more detail about the Developer Summit. Before
Sure.
we do, maybe at a high level, walk me through the different types of API sets I've heard referenced today and yesterday.
Okay. We first started an API program with the release of our network-based APIs through an API exposure layer that we built with Apogee. That was about maybe 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. We have started building similar exposures for some of our new and emerging platforms like Digital Life and Connected Car. And then we also this year announced some exposures for core network services that are now provided through our IP layer and our IMS stack. So they're much richer. They allow for a lot more flexibility and functionality, and that was the enhanced WebRTC API that was referred to on stage today. Now we also have some service-based APIs that are really just kind of enhancements to our portfolio. We happen to provide a very rich speech translation engine that has some third-party exposures. It's based on Watson technology. We have some advertising APIs, some things like that are just part of our big package.
Okay. So you have Connected Car, API set, you
Yep.
have a Digital Life.
Yep, Connected Home.
And then today I heard about IoT. Is that different from the previous two, or is that part of the previous?
So our API relationship to IoT, rather than being IoT is not a service, right? IoT is sort of a phenomena of things being related to each other, and the role we play in that is we provide a service that allows you to aggregate, broker, and redistribute authenticated data off of any application, which is kind of the core functionality to connecting things, which is what the Internet of Things is all about. We call that platform the M2X platform, and that's really our play in the IoT arena.